Hey guys, what's up? This is Haruki, your community manager, and I welcome you to the second volume of our Podcast of Mayhem. As a reminder, in this Podcast of Mayhem, I'm going to be bringing different members of the development team, and we will be chatting about different community hot topics, things that are coming to the game, and everything that is relevant to your interests. So today I am joined by two guests, not one, but two, who are joining. It's kind of early over there, I think, but they have made the effort to join us. If you're on Discord, you probably know one of them. One of them is Gossamur. Hello, Gossamur. How are you doing?
Hello. Nice to meet you, everyone.
Yeah, that's it. And another one is Merlin Ham. Hello, Merlin Ham.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad. You are a little bit more of a lurker, I think. We haven't seen you so much on Discord, but I know that you're there.
Yeah, always lurking.
Yeah, that's it. Maybe that's a good thing, right? I know that's for a fact that we have some of the most outspoken developers on the Discord server, and some of you kind of like to stay in the shadows, but you're always reading.
Sure, yeah. I think we have, and it's not just me, I think we have a lot of our development team that is always constantly watching the feedback, and they might not be loud in the channel, but they're loud kind of fighting for the players' voices, inside the team.
True.
Yeah, it's okay. I can be the loud one. That's fine.
Yes, you are the one that we kind of put always, in the shiny armor to take all the hits. But the people I think it's always nice to have members, the development team with their shiny armors or without on those Discord, channels and the platform to always talk to you guys. I'm kind of like, to break the ice, I would like to ask you why the names that you have on Discord, more specifically yours, Gossamur, because I don't know why you went for Gossamur, so with a U. Is there any story behind this?
Oh yes, it's a very unexciting story. Basically, when I joined Discord, I wanted to have a Looney Tunes name, and I assumed that Gossamer would already be taken. I didn't know that you can have the same name with other people, so I just went with Gossamer.
Okay, I thought it's just you mistyping it for a reason, and then kind of saying, okay, I'm just gonna go with it. And Merlin Ham, this story is maybe more interesting.
It is unfortunately not more interesting. It's just that Merlin Sam is one of my favorite characters in the game, and then didn't want to just straight steal Merlin Sam, so just had to figure out what rhymed with Sam. So Here I am, Merlin Ham.
Okay. And just to keep on talking about tunes, what are your favorite tunes at the moment?
For me, I think maybe I'm just in the Halloween spirit and, coming out Monster Takeover, but I think right now it's Dr. Dogstein.
That's a super difficult question. I think my favorite tune is a plain old common tune. It's Sheriff Porky.
Oh, wow.
Yes. I like
that was unexpected.
That's right.
Out of left field.
I like him the most because his passive, I think, is super great, and it enables me to build multiple interesting teams around him with much stronger tunes.
Okay, interesting. Well, for the time being, I'm just having a blast with Daffy Hood. If I can keep him, from getting killed, then it's fascinating. It's amazing. I really love the animations and the character as well. Okay. So the next question that I have for you is that, it's the tradition on this podcast, or it will be the tradition, that each person introduces themselves and says a little bit, what do you do in the team, right? So what is your role? What kind of shenanigans await for you when you arrive to work?
Sure, yeah. Hi, I'm Gossamer. I'm a roadmap PM. That means I work with game designers, producers, engineers in order to build new experiences that we will be releasing in the upcoming months and years. In reality, that means that I'm kind of standing between the player, the tech, and the business needs, and trying to prioritize multiple backlogs, given the always limited resources. Oftentimes, my job is just to say no to a bunch of people.
Yeah, that includes me as well.
Yes, I love saying no to you.
Oh, come on. Okay, so yeah, roadmap manager for you, so you guys know a little bit what it is, and Merlin Ham.
I'm the growth product manager on the team, and it's a pretty broad role. Primarily I'm responsible for growing our player base inside the game. And so effectively that means looking after, bringing people into the game and then trying to keep people in the game. And what that looks like day to day is partnering with our marketing teams to ensure their messaging and their activities are aligned with what we're doing inside the game and what our goals are for the game. And then on the game side, kind of like a steward for the player experience. So I'm the primary product touch point and lead for customer support. Haruki, I work with you quite a bit on community management. And then within the game, I'm kind of I think of myself as kind of an advocate and lead for a lot of initiatives that can help improve the player experience and help keep people inside the game.
Okay, so now you guys know what a growth manager and a roadmap manager do inside of the team. So I'm going to just jump right into business, and I'm going to keep talking with you, Gossamur, the man who says no to my requests. So basically, you have this kind of like magic ball where you can see, what upcoming new cool features are arriving to World of Mayhem. So if we look back, then we had, of course, Arena, and then we had the progression and crate update, which were the major milestones of latest months. But I know that the team has been working on something that is quite big, something that is taking time to develop, and I would like you to give us a little bit of more information about this.
Yeah, sure. Actually, it's probably the most exciting feature I've ever worked, or definitely in the last couple of years. It's also the biggest feature that I've ever worked, and it's basically Alliance Wars.
Oh, voilà.
So very, very excited to reveal what the team has been working on.
So Alliance Wars, I guess that is something like taking Alliance, not necessarily tournaments, but taking the Alliance experience to the next level.
It's definitely a whole new chapter in the playing experience. It's a brand new gameplay experience that will require strategy and deep coordination within a full alliance. We're talking about full-on 50 versus 50 fighting.
Wow.
So again, it's the next level in terms of like gameplay experience, in terms of like synchronicity and real-timeness. But also in terms of like depth and socialization. So I'm very excited about seeing players develop different roles within their alliances and expertise in order to like contribute the most in upcoming wars.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And I know for sure that there is already, at least for the little sneak peeks that I got here and there is already a sort of teaser in the world map. Is that correct?
That's right. If you scour the world map, you'll find a hint about what the theme for our version of Alliance Wars is going to be.
Okay, so I am going to use this moment for everyone that is listening to this podcast to type in the comment section below what do you think is, the theme or the topic of this Alliance Wars, let's say. Just scroll madly through that world map. And when you say that is one of the biggest features, like how long is this taking to develop? Because I know it's quite a lot.
Yeah, we have been working on this from the first steps of pre-production, where we start fleshing out the design, all the way through shipping the feature for over a year. So
over a year,
it's definitely big.
I thought it was less. Oh my God, 1 year. Oh, insane. That's awesome. I know that we have been talking about this Alliance Wars for a while now. I think it was one of those topics that came in one of our first Q&As on Discord. I think we already talked about this.
Yeah, it's I think for a mid-core game like Looney Tunes, having a feature like a social feature like Alliance Wars is sort of a given. So we always knew we would build it, and we have always kind of making sure that the game has space, the space that we need in order to build the feature that we want. So it has always been in our plans from very, very early. And as I said, we've been pre-producing it and building it for quite a while now.
Okay, no, that's exciting. And I guess this is the mother of all the questions. When is this happening? Do we have like a estimate time of arrival?
Soon.
No, that's my catchphrase. You cannot use that one.
Yeah, no. I wouldn't be here talking about it if it's not coming up soon. And we're looking at a 2019 timeline.
Okay. So before the year is over.
That's right. That's my goal.
Yeah. But there are a number of very exciting things that are still coming up before that that we can look forward to before Alliance Wars, right?
Yeah. Okay. Cool. That's nice to hear.
Yeah. Well, so I think so. We're all kind of gearing up for November and Thanksgiving, and our events team has definitely some really fun events coming up through that time frame. And we've also heard a lot of feedback that it would be nice to have a login calendar. So I think players can expect around Turkey Day that they'll have a reason to be checking into the game every day to get some really good prizes and goodies. So we're all really pumped about that.
Yeah, that's cool. But just, I need to ask this, to sort of add the disclaimer here. Are we talking here about a monthly daily login calendar or something special?
This is going to be not quite a full month. I think we want to try this out and make sure everyone is really excited about it and enjoying it. And then, no promises, but if we get a lot of positive feedback from everyone, we may try and do it again.
Okay. Well, that's good. So yeah, guys, stay on the lookout for that Thanksgiving calendar. It's something to be excited about. The new events, which I imagine, I'm not sure, maybe you guys can tell me more about it, will feature new tunes. Is that possible?
Yeah, there should be some new tunes coming out very soon.
That's cool. And also, looking back maybe to October, I think it has been an interesting month in terms of new events, bringing new tunes, and also making reruns of previous events, which is something that the community has been requesting as well. So, it's always nice to have new tunes to look forward to expand the meta, but it's always nice to also get pieces from all those, past tunes. So I think this is something that we expect to have moving forward, right?
Yeah, and I think we've gotten a ton of really good feedback about the reruns and people being able to either unlock for the first time or load up on tunes they've collected in the past. So we are constantly looking at how to look at our events cadence and how to improve it. And so I think players should continue to expect reruns.
Okay, yeah, that's great. And then I wanted to say, well, because you know that I always like to lurk on your game design documents, and then put my nose in places where I shouldn't. I got I know that there is also something that we are working on top of these Alliance Wars and all the Thanksgiving celebrations. There is something that we're also working on. That I wanted to ask you guys if you want to, share a little bit of information about other things coming to the game apart from this.
Yeah, there are multiple initiatives from some other teams that are happening at the same time. The one that is probably at the forefront right now is the Arena relaunch, right? So we took a break from running in Arena Season 4, and basically we're assessing all the feedback and going back to figure out what is the better version, like the best version of Arena, and how can we get there as soon as possible. So we have the team working on that and developing what is the next phase for Arena. At the same time, we're also hearing a lot of the feedback that we already are getting. So that in regards to how the game works with energy, for example. So we're thinking about and working on ways to have energy scale as you level up, for example. This is something that that makes sense, and we want to get it done.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that some people are already kind of screaming, of joy in the background as you said that.
That's exciting to hear.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's always kind of annoying when you arrive to your top energy and you're like, damn. So scalable energy is cool because I remember that this has been also one of those kind of priority items that we always had in this kind of backlog of quality of life improvements, right? So I'm super glad that we're finally tackling this as well.
See, I don't always say no to you.
I'm not gonna delve into this. Maybe in another podcast of Mayhem we can go into this war together. So far so good. And yeah, like talking about quality of life improvements. So we have been having all these updates that we try to, so we do our own vision of how the game should be with the new modes, the rebalancing, progression updates that we do. We try to fix things, bugs, and things that are not working quite as they should. But there is also this component that sometimes people ask about, which is quality of life, right? What do we do with systems that are already kind of working but could be improved on different levels? And this is something that we haven't talked for a while in the latest kind of community forums that we had. So I would like to poke you, Merlin Ham or Gossamur, if you could tell me a little bit, like, are we looking into improving, different systems or add more quality of life improvements to the game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think, you can, if you look at the game evolution over the last few months, we've put together some really big features with Arena and Alliance Wars coming out. But as we develop those features, we are continually taking the feedback on that we're getting from you and from the players around quality of life improvements. So I think we're all really excited for starting work on that right after Alliance Wars, and so I think in the early part of the year you'll start to see us tackle these quality of life improvements. And some of the ones I can mention are things like we've heard that people want to be able to switch off music and sound effects separately.
Yes, please.
Which I know is frustrating for many people. So we're gonna get that done. The ability to forfeit a battle, for instance. We're also going to be increasing the level cap. And so we have a pretty extensive list of kind of these smaller, I wouldn't call them features, but maybe just small improvements or iterations that we'll be rolling out starting next year. And want to also give a shout out to, we have a tech team that is working on every day squashing bugs and trying to make the day-to-day experience just a little bit smoother for everyone as well. And a lot of their work is kind of unheralded because maybe today your bug wasn't fixed, but tomorrow it may be. So just know that they are working hard to make that day-to-day experience a lot smoother as well.
Yeah, I know. Big shouts to that team as well. Maybe the time will come for one of them to join us and to discuss different points. No, but yeah, that's great. That's great to hear that those things are at least in the pipeline. Because we get asked about those a lot, and some of them I think they make sense. So while I understand that, of course, we have our own sort of roadmap or vision for the game, it's always nice to implement those a little bit as we go. So yeah, well, that was quite an interesting interview scheme we had here. I think I managed to take a lot of information from you guys. Anything you want to say before I actually send you to your breakfasts, basically?
Just for me, it's very exciting to be here and talk. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm looking forward to the next few months. There's a lot of very, very exciting changes, and I'm looking forward to all the feedback. If you hit me up on Discord, let me know what you think, and be certain that we're there and we're reading everything.
True.
Yeah, same. This was really fun. And I'm just going to be getting my alliance ready. So I think everyone else should start doing the same. If your alliance isn't full, start recruiting.
True. I think we're gonna see a lot of recruitment threads soon on Reddit, Discord. And then I also want to say, like, very soon we're also gonna have, I totally forgot, but we're gonna have the first year anniversary.
That's right.
It's gonna be on December 13th, right? I think it was December 13th. So one year already. That flew by quite quickly.
For sure, yeah, it's crazy that year did fly by, but I think we'll have to figure out some fun celebration activities, huh?
Yeah, well, we already have something, prepared, but I'm not going to say anymore. I'm just going to let everything sink, and then teasers will come when they are ready. Cool. Okay, guys, so thanks again for joining me. I know it was super early on your side of the planet.
Oh, no problem.
So, yeah,
happy to do it.
Thanks. We'll definitely invite you back to the podcast, and I'll see you guys on Discord and around.
All right. See ya.
See ya. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See ya.